I just got called out. I recently received an email from a customer, and in it, he essentially called me out. Hey, it's Jeff Newport from chasingstrength.com. And I'm going to flash an excerpt of this email up here on the screen so you can see it. In it, he was providing some suggestions for me. And he said, to take this a step further, you could demonstrate one workout from each program on YouTube. I would love to watch the expert do his thing. You could talk through what you're thinking about as you exercise right now. The world sees you as the guy talking behind a desk. I think the world needs to see you as the guy actually moving the bells. Blank from Blank Channel does this really well. He talks and moves and earns respect. Tenacious-G should also be the guy showing off his form and physique. You show your mastery, build even more trust. It's a win-win. He's not wrong. He makes some good points. But first off, if you search my YouTube channel, go back like to 2020-ish, you'll find some videos of me performing different workout programs, found inside More Kettlebell Muscle, which later I updated and expanded to become Kettlebell Hard. So if you want those, you can go see those. Second, perhaps he's right. I should do more video training sessions or more videos of my training sessions, or at least pieces of the training sessions related to some of my training programs. As I recall, I did this years ago when I released Kettlebell Burn Extreme. I filmed my last training session of the cycle, wrote extra notes in my training journal, and then did a voiceover. But third, and probably most selfishly and most honestly, the biggest hurdle or obstacle that I face in my training is just that, it's mine. It's my training, right? It's like a physical sanctuary. I don't know if you can relate to this, but for me, training is a place I go to escape from the world. The last thing I want to do is invite the world in. No offense, right? And honestly, I think maybe some guys might find that boring. As an extreme introvert, somebody who recharges by being alone, my training sessions, my training time, they are critical for me to show up as best I can as a husband and father, especially with a preteen girl. And if you have one of those, you know how emotional they are. And you know how easy it is to lose your cool when they've lost their cool over something that you don't understand, which seems to happen for me, probably on a near daily basis, right? And also a teenage boy. And you know how teenage boys are, right? They have memories exactly the opposite of elephants. So there's that. But again, this gentleman is 100% right about the guy, or me being the guy in a shirt sitting behind a desk. In fact, honestly, I was actually even thinking about this recently before I received his email. And one of my close friends, actually told me the same thing. Like, hey, man, you should probably get out there more and let people see you training, that you actually know what you're talking about. So I thought I'd record pieces of this week's training sessions in case you're interested in seeing how I train and what my training actually looks like, right? And, more bluntly, do you actually walk the walk, or are you just some dude in a shirt sitting behind a desk? So the first batch of videos we're going to take a look at is from Saturday, and it's the first 3 work sets of my clean and presses. So I'm going to cue those up here and we'll take a look at it. I had to strip out the music because it was copyrighted music, so it's just going to be pretty silent. All right, so here is the very first rep of the first working set. People are going to want to know, hey, what's that weight? I put it up there on the screen, but in case you can't see it, it's a pair of 40s. Okay, second work set. And you see 2 reps here. All right, and third work set. These were all done over the course of about 7 minutes, 8 minutes. All right, yeah, that was a little tight. This is about a 4 RM, 4 maybe 5 RM, probably a 4 RM. Okay, now there's Sunday session. Okay, and this is the third set. This is my third work set. Did a set at I did a set at 70 for 3, 100 for 2, then 140, and now here's 160. And this was probably a 9 out of 10 rate of perceived exertion. Okay. All right, so I think it's fair to say, I don't think that's anything spectacular. However, it's not weak per se. And I just want to make a couple points here. The Zercher, I was actually thinking about training the Zercher squat for my birthday, running up to 405, which the last time I hit was about 2018, 2019. So I haven't trained squats since May of this past year, and I haven't trained the Zercher squat for, well, however long that is. I'm not good at doing math on camera. 2018, early 2019. So it's going to be 2026 as I'm filming this. So we're talking about like 7 years, right? 8 years, maybe 7 years. Let's say 6, 7 years. So hopefully, as you can see, I practice what I preach. I tell you guys to lift heavy, I'm lifting heavy. I tell you guys to lift explosively, I lift explosively. I tell you to manage your fatigue, right? So there's management of fatigue in those videos. Like I said, those clean and presses, those first three first three work sets, were done over about 7, 8 minutes, maybe. So I rested probably about 2 minutes between rep number 1 and rep number 2. Why? Because I wanted to. Okay. I didn't get a whole lot of great sleep this weekend. And so my energy was down. And then I rested about 3 minutes between set number 2 and set number 3. So whatever that math adds up to be. And in case you're wondering, for reference, I currently weigh about 205 pounds, which is 93 kilos for my European French-speaking friends, Système International. And that seems to be my set weight. That seems to be the weight that my body hovers at. And whenever I gain or lose weight, it always reverts back to the mean there, 205 pounds. I'm 6 feet tall. Whatever that is in centimeters, I don't know. I think it's like 180 centimeters, 183 centimeters. And as I film this and as I shot those videos, I'm a few weeks shy of my 53rd birthday. If you found this video helpful or were inspired in any way, go ahead and click that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and share it with a friend you need. Hopefully you don't need any friends. Share it with a friend you know who needs maybe a little kick in the pants because he's thinking he's too old to do X, Y, or Z. Okay? Until next time, my friend, stay strong.